Jaya. Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Krishna Rukmini Jaya Satyabhama Krishna Rukmini Jaya Satyabhama Jaya Gauranitai 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 Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Prabhupada
A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srimad-Bhagavad-Gita ki jai. Go Premanand.
Hare Krishna, welcome to all devotees to today's Bhagavad Gita class. Today we are pleased to have amidst us His Grace Shambhu Prabhu. Please welcome him with a round of applause.
Hare Krishna.
Shambhu Prabhu is an initiated disciple of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. He came in touch with the movement in the year 1971 when he was just 14 years old. And Prabhu got 72 when he was just 14 years old. And Prabhu got initiated when he was in the year 1975. Is that correct, Prabhu? 1974?
Actually, formal initiation was 76.
76.
But the discipline, you accept initiations when you accept the discipline. That was 72.
72. So Prabhu, from 1972, he was following Prabhupada's instructions. And in 76, Prabhu got officially initiated. And since then, he has been continuously spreading Prabhupada's mission by distributing books, enrolling devotees as life members and performing several services. Now Prabhu is settled in India because he has a very special attraction towards this Bharat Bhumi. In fact, he has come out with a book which he will be talking about, which is talking about of anyone who is born in this country of India, Bharat Bhumi, how fortunate he is. So I request all of you to kindly attend the class, and Prabhu will also talk about the book. And those who are interested for purchasing this book, we have this book in our counter, and Prabhu is also here, so he will also personally sign and give you the copies of the book. Thank you, Prabhu. Over to you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. No. That's it. Okay, Srimad-Bhagavad-Gita, chapter 8, text 7. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mam manusmara yujacha maya pita mano buddhya evasyasya asamshaya. Translation. $3.99, yeah. Therefore, Arjuna, you should always think of me in the form of Krishna, and at the same time carry out your prescribed duty of fighting with your activities dedicated to me and your mind and intelligence fixed on me. You will attain me without doubt. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. This instruction to Arjuna is very important for all men engaged in material activities. The Lord does not say that one should give up his prescribed duties or engagements. One can continue them at the same time, think of Krishna by chanting Hare Krishna. This will free one from material contamination and engage the mind and intelligence in Krishna. By chanting Krishna's names, one will be transferred to the supreme planet Krishna Loka, without doubt. Namo Vishnu Badaya Krishna Prasad Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Chanamne Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurani Pacharane Nivashri Shunyavadi Pastachadi Shatarne. It's a nice verse. Actually, all of them nice. Actually, the English language, there's not enough really words to describe what these transcendental activities are. It's really not. It's beyond nice and wonderful and great. And it's just, it can't be described, actually. So we just have to deal with the words that were used when describing the pastimes of the Lord and the devotees, because the words doesn't match. Nobody, they can't hear me? Oh man, I thought I had a big voice.
The recording is going on YouTube.
Achha, okay, no problem. So, this is an important verse. Actually, they can use this as an excuse, because Prabhupada says that the Lord does not say that one should give up his prescribed duties or engagements. And in India, I've been traveling this country since 1975, 76, off and on. So I know the mindset. And the mindset here is your prescribed duty is to take care of the family. That's your dharma. That's your duty. If you don't do that, then you're not pleasing the Lord. But Prabhupada spoke about two verses in the text 5. He said, this verse, Ante kale chamam eva smaram mutva kalevaram. Ya prayati sadmad bhavam yati naisti astra samshaya. And he says, speaking about this verse, Ante kalevaram. What is he saying? He said that the translation is, and whoever at the end of his life quits his body remembering me alone at once attains my nature. Of this there is no doubt. Srila Prabhupada says, Anta kalevami, at the end, everything goes. That means all your possessions, everything is finished. No more. Because, you know, when I travel, sometimes I speak to, you know, people as I'm distributing the Prabhupada's message in the book. You hear it, I've always heard, okay, I'm going to get it together at later on in life. Or the young folks say, well, my parents and grandparents do it. I'll do that later. They'll practice later. I hear that all the time. But it don't work that way. It doesn't work that way. You have to practice all the time, 24/7. Just like if you want to play an instrument like guitar, you got to practice. It's not going to, perfection ain't going to come just by looking at it. You got to put the work in. You have to practice it. And because the death is the final exam. And if you haven't been practicing, when death comes, how are you going to be able to you're not going to be able to do it. You're not going to be able, you will not be able to think of Krishna if you're not putting in the work. You have to put in the work. And because you're born here in Bharat Bhumi, y'all put in the work to take birth here. And then so many people I'm meeting all over this great land. They're not they're not finishing the job. You got to finish the job. Lord Chaitanya was that verse, Bharata Bhumi Chahoya Manusha Jama Jada, Jama Sataka Kadi, Kadapada Upakada. He said Manusha Janma. Manusha Janma means human. He didn't say Jain. He didn't say Marwadi. He didn't say Bengali. He didn't say Pakistani. He didn't say American. He didn't say fat, skinny. He said Manusha, human. So we have to put into practice. We have to put the time in order for that final exam to be passed. And everybody's putting in so much austerities in this lifetime. What's that verse? Lord Nishravade is speaking to his sons. Deho deha midam kastan kama hate vibujamye. Tapo divyam putraka yena sava. Tapasya. Tapasya has to be performed in this lifetime. That's what the human form life is meant for, tapasya. You got to put in some work. But if you don't put the work in, you ain't going to get the results. But you're all very fortunate. Anyone who was taken birth as a human being in India, Bharat Bhumi, everybody in this room, everyone in this room, everybody outside of this room, everybody in this city, everybody in this state, everybody in this country who was born here are very fortunate because they put in the work to take birth as a human. It's not a cheap thing. It's not an easy thing to do that. You put in some work, Prabhus. Y'all put in some work. But most of the people here, I'm realizing as I travel around, they don't have a clue. They don't have a clue how fortunate they are. And as a result of not knowing that, they can miss the boat. You know, it's no guarantee you'll get another human form. Out of 8,400,000 species and 400,000 human form. So you put in all that work to take birth in Bharat Bhumi, and it's like, say for example, at the end of this corridor is the finish line. So you take all that work, then all those births, deaths, and you get this far. and then you stop. Very bad. And it's so sad because I'm seeing it every day. I'm traveling this country, almost all 28 states. And it's the same thing I'm saying. I'm saying the same thing every day because I'm seeing the same thing every day. Y'all very fortunate. Especially also under Srila Prabhupada's umbrella. When I read the Srimad-Bhagavad-Gita in 1973, I was 15 years old, okay? 15. I grew up during the civil rights era. Martin Luther King was the big civil rights activist in the U.S., trying to get rights for not only black Americans, but for all Americans. So that was a trying time. And so when reading the Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita, my favorite verse, the first verse that what's that verse? Patta parataram naryat kinschid astasti dananjaya. What is the Lord? He said that there is no truth superior to me. I ran all over the neighborhood with the Bhagavad Gita and said, "Oh, this is it. This is it. This is it." Because it was so clear. It was very clear. Krishna, you didn't have to speculate. There's no speculation, and there's nothing to speculate when it comes to the knowledge that's given to us by the acharyas. That's why it's the two systems in the world: top down, bottom up. Like I said this morning, there's top down and there's bottom up. And 99.9% of the people in the world follow the bottom up, which means what I think, my opinion. Me, myself, and I. And that's not how you gain knowledge. Now my question to you, how come? Why? Why not? Why you can't gain knowledge that way? Perfect knowledge, in other words. There's a reason why. There's a great reason why. Yeah. That's right. 4 defects. What are the 4 defects? That's right. Right. Illusion. And see, the liberated souls, they don't make mistakes. They don't cheat. You can't cheat them. They have their senses on complete control. And they're not under illusion, because they know they're not the body. That's the first. See, Bhagavad Gita is the spiritual foundation. You have to know the principles in the Bhagavad Gita. And what are the 5 tattvas that's covered in the Bhagavad Gita? There's 5 tattvas covered in this great book. What are they? Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, Kala, and Karma. And of all these 5, which one is one that's not permanent? Which one is not permanent? Right. We have to know this because this foundation helps us to understand us and our journey. And you being born here, this information is at your disposal all the time. I was coming here when I was on the train. So I was on the train coming here, and they had a huge family, and they was going to Tirupati. Yeah, I mean, I'm getting confirmation of what's covered in this book every day. How fortunate you are, and how the Lord is blessing everyone who take birth here. Here they're heading to Tirupati to see the Lord. In America, we go to Disneyland. You don't get no spiritual benefit going to Disneyland, Walt Disney, or to the, what they call it, in King's Dominion amusement park. But that's in the DNA here in this place. It's ingrained. But unfortunately, it's like in front of some people's face, and they're avoiding it. I remember Prabhupada when he gave that lecture to the students in Berkeley University in 1966. It was in California. Prabhupada gave a lecture to the American Indian Association, who, by the way, is the #2 most powerful lobby group in America. #2. That means a lot of professionals, Indians, left this place to go to America, if that's the case. And Prabhupada says here, this should be India's mission. India hasn't got to learn from anywhere else. Everything is there. Let him understand the whole philosophy of life perfectly and distribute this. This is India's mission. So when Prabhupada gave that lecture, he speaking, and one student, young student, he raised his hand. He said, Swamiji, what this Krishna consciousness will do for us? We need technology. Prabhupada said, yes. The difference between me and you're a beggar, and I come to give. I'll remain a giver, you'll remain a beggar. Which is true. He said, I will show you how powerful and great this culture is that you've given up. In fact, he says this is the verse that I didn't remember this morning. Said that, where is it? Here it is, found it. Sorry about that. Apna dana bilaye diya biksha mage pare kache. That's Bengali. That means they have lost their own culture. Now they're beggars. He used to quote this all the time when he gave lectures, especially when he was in the West. You don't need to go nowhere. In fact, I ask this question to congregations when I travel, and everybody knows what a H-1B is, but no one knows what what is the card called? Oh man, what is it called? No, not the green card. No, the Indian version. Oh man. You know the card that they give to oh man, I can't remember. The card that is given to the expatriates. No. Before I used to give the PIO card. Before it was PIO. Then they gave the other one, because they did away with the PIO, and they gave the S. Anyway, I have one. I can't remember the name of it. But my point is that nobody can remember. They only never heard of the card, and it's given from India. But they all know the H-1B, the A-1, and the green card, because it's, like I said, in America, the Indian Association, the Indian group, they're the number 2 most powerful lobby group. That means a lot of Indians there. They left. Prabhupada said, I'll be a giver and you'll become a beggar. Because this information is profound. There's no place on this planet that can give this level of spiritual knowledge. It's just true. It's not overzealous speaking, or just because I'm Prabhupada devotee and I'm overzealously pumping it up. It's a fact. All you gotta do is examine the evidence. And that's what I do. No need to sugarcoat, make up stuff. Just tell it as it is. And this is the deal. And if one doesn't take advantage of that opportunity they have, you're not going to be able to take advantage of it then. You've already put in the work. Don't think that, well, you got some time. There's no time, because you don't know. Death comes like that, any second. In fact, I'm in there. I'm on the elevator boat. I'm on the. This is what we call it. We're on a level now where, at my age group, every week, every month, or every few days, I'm getting calls of some god brother, sister, some friend passed away, or getting ready to. And that's how it is. But anything can happen. So it's serious. We got to get serious about this. And the Lord blessed you with such level of information to take advantage of and help other people. Pada upakara. They need your help. We need to help these individuals see how fortunate they are and to allow them to take advantage of that fortune. What time is it? Okay. Any questions? Because our kids getting ready to do in about 5 minutes. Any questions or comments or anything that I said hurt somebody's feelings? I didn't speak right? Say it right now. Tell me now. Everybody agree? Who disagrees? So anyway, I just implore everyone, this is my last full day here. Tomorrow, get back down the street to Shirangam, still in the same state. And this is my first time coming at this Sangha. Very nice. Not my last, though. Won't be my last body. Prabhupada's bless me. Hope it's not my last. And I really enjoyed. I tell you, when I travel to places where I don't plan, when it's not planned, it's really mesmerizing and really nice. This whole program, even this book project, this wasn't planned. I didn't plan this. I didn't sit down and say I'm going to write a book. Prabhupada's blessed me with this opportunity to help his mission. So I implore you, everybody, if you don't, try to read this and see how fortunate you are. And when you start seeing how fortunate you are by what Prabhupada says, I tell you, guarantee you, you will change your mindset and your activities because you will have that realization. It'll come to you. See, when you can't see, you don't act. But when you see, you can't help it. You can't pretend not to know then. So I'll stop here and I thank everyone for coming. And if you want to get a copy of it, I'll sign it for you. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.